Over the years, there have been some amazing clown-themed horror films. It, Terrifier, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, just to name a few. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Today I'll be talking about 2019's Clown Motel. Hey guys, my name's Jay, welcome back to the Canadian Crypt, and welcome back to another installment of Tubi Tuesday, a series where I take a deep dive into Tubi's horror catalog and review the indie and obscure films you may have missed. If there's one thing I've learned through this series so far, it's the fact that Tubi has an unlimited supply of clown-themed horror films. And while most of the films are terrible, on occasion you'll find a diamond in the rough. Today is not one of those occasions. To be honest, the only reason this film caught my attention is because Ari Lehman was involved. And if you aren't familiar with Ari Lehman, he actually played young Jason Voorhees in the original Friday the 13th, and later go on to do indie horror films like The Barn. So without further ado, let's get into the review.
I've come to collect my soul. What? You can't frame me, bitch!
Clown Motel was directed by Joseph Kelly and stars Amanda Cott, Eleanor Price, Trevor Dow, and Ari Lehman. The film starts out at a motel in the middle of nowhere run entirely by clowns. A group of thieves decide to burn these clowns alive inside the hotel after finding out they have a stash of gold. Now fast forward, we are introduced to a group of amateur ghost hunters on a trip cross-country to shoot footage for their show. We're also introduced to a group of women on their way back from Las Vegas after attending a bachelorette party hosted by who I could only describe as a budget Wednesday 13. The two groups end up breaking down at this magically reconstructed clown motel and decide to have a party and spend the night. But they quickly realize something is wrong when they wake up to find their tires slashed and their car battery stolen. Now they have to fight to stay alive as they're stalked and hunted down by ghost clowns who spout off some of the most ridiculous dialogue I have ever heard in a film.
They created you, and you will respect testicles! You must respect testicles!
What?
If that's not Chris Stuckman hilariosity material, I don't know what is. This film is slow as hell, and it's made worse by the fact that they do a terrible job at building suspense. Nothing remotely interesting happened in this film until about the 40-minute mark. Now when it came to the camera work, it wasn't terrible. There were a few shots that were pretty shaky, and they clearly used handheld when they really should have used a tripod. And when I say shaky, I mean Blair Witch Project shaky. But one thing that really bothered me about the technical side of Clown Motel was the film's color grading. It has this orangey tone to it that they use in a majority of the film. I'm assuming they did that for aesthetic reasons, but in the end, it made it look cheap, and it kind of just fell flat for me. The acting in this film was also really bad, even by indie standards. And there really wasn't much in the way of character chemistry or character development at all. When it came to the effects, I was pretty underwhelmed. They rely way too heavily on CGI, and to make things worse, it's not very good CGI. While there were a few good practical effects moments sprinkled in there, I could probably count them all on one hand. And when it came to the gore and kills, there really wasn't anything that I found memorable. The costume design and makeup of the clowns definitely could have been improved as well. They look like your generic birthday party clown, and for some reason there were like cyberpunk clowns mixed in there. They aren't the kind of clowns you'd expect in a horror movie, and in reality, the only way these clowns would be unsettling is if you had a severe fear of clowns. The only thing that kind of saved Clown Motel for me was the over-the-top performances from the clowns, most notably Ari Lehman's character. He had some bad jokes in there that made me laugh way harder than they should have, and some lines that really left me in a state of awe and confusion. I don't think Clown Motel really delivered in the horror department, and sadly, I don't think I would recommend it. But if for any reason you're interested in checking out the film, I'll be sure to link it in the description below where you can watch it for free on Tubi. That'll be it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit it with a like, and if you enjoy my content, why not consider subscribing? It helps the channel out way more than you know. So as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay scary.